The Ball State Cardinals are one of the worst teams in college football 25. Today, I'm going to rebuild them, but with a twist. I'll tell you what the twist is in a little bit. But this is the first rebuild for me in college football 25. And if you guys want to see more, I have another one coming up soon as well. But if you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button that's 2 inches below your phone or computer screen, and turn that red button to gray, and turn the notification bell on so you don't miss any of my videos, and comment down below what kind of rebuild you want me to do next. But without further ado, let's get right into the rebuild. Alright, so before we go in and begin our recruiting and scouting our prospects stage, let's go ahead and look at the team we have right now. So our quarterback is Kyle Kelly. He's a redshirt junior, so we're going to have him for another year. But we also have Caden Semoza, a redshirt freshman who's looking to replace Kelly's starting job. And then we have 3 sophomore quarterbacks behind him who all suck, except for Chase Harrison. For running back, could use some progress, can use an upgrade. Charlie Spegal is our starter. He's a redshirt junior, with TJ Horton behind him, a redshirt freshman, and Christian Davis, a redshirt freshman. All not really good overalls, but nothing you can do right now until next season. For receivers, we have Keon Magwood, a redshirt junior, and then it drops down to Ty Robinson, a redshirt junior as well. And then it drops down even more to where we have Justin Bowick is our 3, Nick Presley is our 4, and Malcolm Gilly is our 5. And then our tight end, it's kind of better, but not really. I mean, we got Tanner Kozol, who's a 74 overall junior, and Jeffrey Simmons, who's also a 74 and a redshirt sophomore. But yeah, this team could use a whole lot of players. But we do have a senior redshirted 84 overall, John Musiolo. He is only here for this season, so that's a bummer. I don't think he's going to get drafted, but you never know. Center could definitely use an upgrade. We do have Teron Tayo, 83 overall redshirt sophomore, who will be here for basically the rest of the rebuild here. We're going to go probably until we make the playoffs or something like that around there. But the rest of the O-line sucks. The D ends are horrible. The D tackles are horrible. We got a okay left outside linebacker, only here for this year. The backups are not really anywhere close to being good. Linebackers suck. That sucks too. Corners are nothing to write home with. We got Miles Norwood. Norwood is a redshirt junior in the 75 overall. And Jamad Harmon is a 72 overall redshirt sophomore. And then if you want to go and talk about Tylen Baldwin, you can. 70 overall junior redshirt. Everyone else sucks. Nothing to talk about with them. George Udu, 74 overall redshirt senior. He's only here for this year. We got a solid backup for him right now with Jordan Coleman and a redshirt sophomore, so we have him for at least 2 more years. And then D.D. Snyder is our starting strong safety, and the backups suck. Our kicker is Jackson Corville, nothing to write home with, a 59 overall sophomore. And our punter, Carson Homer, a 65 overall sophomore redshirt with a lot of kick power. I mean, that's good. But yeah, it sucks. Let's just say that. So, probably the first position I want to worry about is the defensive backs can get a little boost there. But here is what I'm talking about with the twist. We go to the prospect list, and you see all these 1-stars. Yeah, that's who we're going to get. The twist is that we're not going to get anything higher than a 1-star. We're only getting 1-stars, and that's basically how this video is going to be. So, DeMarcus Kimball, I can get. But somebody that's... well, that doesn't help. But somebody that is a 4-star, say Ben Gage, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 4-star receiver. Can't get him. I'm only limited to 1-star players. So, we can go for Damian Watkins, or Larry Moses, Ralph Easy, Caleb Maja, Damian Prince, and you know the rest. So I'm going to set up the recruitment board, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so we have 450 hours to work with. So what we're going to do is scout some of these guys, like DeMarcus Kimball, as I said before. Let's go ahead and scout him. Nothing to write home with. He's not a bust. We'll give him a scholarship. And he automatically commits. Well, that was easy. We got our first commit. Wow, DeMarcus Kimball. Lucky you're not Craig Kimbrell, you sick little... If you don't know, you don't want to know. But we got our first commit in DeMarcus Kimball, who has 68 hit power and 74 speed. Not good in zone. 76 Excel. What is this, Microsoft Excel? 76 Excel, 77 Pursuit. Nothing really right home with Kimball, so he might be a bad player right now. But this is the challenge I gave myself, so we're going to take it with our hands. As Ralph Easy is not looking good, but he's barely not a bust, so we're going to give him a scholarship. We're going to go for the quarterback, Marquez Sherry, see what he looks like. Throw power's a 77, that's decent. Agility's a 79. Okay, deep accuracy's a 76. Let's give you a scholarship. He doesn't automatically commit. That's okay. Alright, now Greg Tiffin, we're going to look at him. So far, 67 short route, does not look good. Medium, this is a bust. No, not a bust. Alright, we'll give him a scholarship. We're also running out of time right here, so Brett Butt will be our last player to look at here. And he is a bust. I mean, 49 man coverage, I mean, yeah, you are pretty bad. That's why your last name's Butt. You're horrible. I don't know, buddy. You want to stay on the team? You decide yourself. Imagine we get another commit. Well, that just happened. Damian Prince is committed already to Ball State, and just like that, we have 2 one-star commits. Was not expecting that to happen. And we got another commit here in Alan Costello, 1-star receiver from Evansville, Indiana, 5'10", 178. We have 3 commits already who are going to Ball State. Alright, so, with that out of the way, we got 3 one-star recruits off rip. Before the first week of the season, what's left of our schedule for this season as well? We got a bye week 1, we have FCS Midwest week 2, Miami week 3, couple divisional games with James Madison and Vanderbilt in between, and a bye week 10. I mean, this could be a worse schedule. I mean, do I think we're going to be good? Heck no. First season always sucks. Let's head to the next week. We do have a couple players hitting their top 5 schools. Ralph Easy, we're in first. We're first on everyone but Brett Butt and Anthony Breezy, who we're losing to Maryland and Western Michigan. Or is it Miami of Ohio? They're the same thing. They're both M's. But we do have 350 hours to work with, so we're gonna put some hours on these guys. Damian Watkins can get 25. Hopefully he can get up to the top 5 so I can schedule him a visit. So I can already schedule a visit for Ralph Easy. I'm going to have him come against FCS Midwest and have him come for the proximity to home. So Caleb Mija, can't get him until next week. Greg Tiffin, can't get him until next week. Probably should put more hours on Easy as well. Alright, got recruiting done for the week 0 week, but we're done with recruiting. Let's head to week 1 where we go against FCS, I believe it's FCS Midwest. And we already have 1 person commit already with left outside linebacker Brett Butt already going to Western Michigan. It's not even the first week of the season. Well, the looks of it, we're going to get 1 player already before the week 2 visit. Ralph Easy's coming next week, and he's already going to commit. No one's even going for him either, so that might be a steal. We also have to get Sherry as well. So we're going to, instead of DM him, we're going to send the house. Sly, I'm going to wait because no one has any scholarships for him either. I don't think anyone else has offers except for Fisher, who has Northern Illinois, and then Dorian Miners were behind I guess that's Eastern Michigan? I don't know, but we're gonna send the house on him too. Klug is about to be in top 3. Same thing for Kiernan. Can't get him for next week, so we're just gonna get rid of this guy here, and we're gonna send the house on him too. You could be terrible. So did we max out on the amount of offers we can offer in a week? Probably. So Nathan McPherson looks like he's going to Miami of Ohio. Bearing anything really. I mean, Miami's like very close to committing him next week. We have a visit for him next week, so hopefully he doesn't commit next week, and we should be fine. Other than that, really, there's nothing else I can really do to prevent them from getting him, so we might be screwed. As well with Brazil here, where they're also going for him, so we're gonna have to fight with these 2 colleges here just to get our recruits, but we'll see what happens next week. Ralph Easy does commit to Ball State. Nathan and Anthony both go to Miami of Ohio, so we lost the lead on Brizzy, and we weren't even close to McPherson, so we lost our potential corner and right end, but we're still in the lead for Bostic, Miners, Connors, Sly, and Sherry. We do have a couple visits this week with FCS Midwest, but we also have to worry about these two guys. They both left. And it looks like we're going to be out on Titus tomorrow. Bowling Green has a visit from week 5. We can't do anything earlier than week 6. He's going to get to his top 3, and we're going to be... There's no chance for us to get him, so we're going to be out on tomorrow. So we're going to replace him too. We do get Shakir Sly. We do not get O'Malley, as he does commit to Miami of Ohio, which is a bummer, but we can easily replace him. So we're getting a lot of good players. We did get a MAC Offensive Player of the Week for Ty Robinson. We're 4-2. We were undefeated in the conference, going against 3-3 Vanderbilt. We do have a nice little class of 1-stars with 17 1-star recruits. Puts us at 92nd overall right now, but that's okay. We don't need to get every single good person here. I did put another quarterback on here just because why not? We'll look at him. Deep accuracy is horrible. Speed is horrible. This is a bust. Not a bust. In some shape or form. We'll take it, but I don't know if I like that decision. We're going to go for the JUCO sophomore of Cameron TV. We do have to finish our scouting on Colin Mayo. And he's not a bust. We'll take it. I'm going to put some time on him. Or do I give him a visit next week? We'll give him the... I can't make the visit for next week. So we're just going to put some soft sell on him. We're going to look at the receiver of Paul Keaton. Speed does not look good. It's good enough for a gem. 87 speed, 88 excel, 70 catch in traffic. Nah, route running does not look anything good to ride home with. But we're going to put some time on him. And we are going to go ahead and lose to Vanderbilt. So I'll see you guys then. Alright, nobody committed just yet. We did lose to Vanderbilt, but we do have a nice little rivalry game with Northern Illinois. I cannot speak. I can't give Cherry a visit, so I'm going to have to hope and pray that we get him over James Madison. So I just realized that I had a 2-star in there, so good thing I caught that before we got him, but we're fine now. We got him off the board. Alright, so Nate Wozniak has committed. Tony Childers did commit as well. I don't think we got the one. We got Dennis Bostic. That's something. We got Taylor Cherry. Thank God we kept James Madison away from us. It was close for Cherry, but we did narrowly beat them as we were out on Alfonso Breeze. They're also fighting for McNair. And hopefully we stay ahead before they come in, take him away from me. Alright, so Kennedy's going to commit next week. No one's going for him. Not even Miami of Ohio has a chance. Let's look at Kennedy, because we're going to get a right end. We're going to get a nice little edge rusher. Power rusher, same thing. He's okay, I'll give him that. But Colin Mayo, same thing. He can commit next week. Well, not next week, but no one's going for him. We do have him fully scouted. So let's go ahead and let's go for Mangold. Let's see what he has in store. Not a bust. We'll give him a scholarship. We do have 21 commits right now. All of them are 1-stars, as it shall be. So we did get Martin Coles and Kelvin Kennedy. I think those are the only 2 that commit. Oh, we got Colin Mayo. That should be it, right? Yep, only 3. Nobody went anywhere else. We are at 73 overall, so far so good. We are tied with McNair, as Miami of Ohio is ranked, and they are 4-0 in their conference. We'll get a visit for Keaton for Bowling Green. I don't think we have anyone for this week. The tight end here is going to commit next week, so that's beautiful. We got something to work with here. He's going to blend in with all these Ball State 1-star players. And we're also going to look at the tight end here. See if he's a gem. He is a gem. Oh, this is a highway robbery here. Just call everyone. We got a highway robbery on the tight end here. How about the right tackle? Not a gem, not a bust. Well, as we all know, we got the gem tight end. I cannot say his last name if I wanted to. We did lose McNair to Arkansas State. That's Arkansas State. We lost to Miami of Ohio, so that's a shame. It's a shame we didn't get the right tackle, but it is what it is. We're going against Buffalo, week 12. But look at this long string of players that we have from Ball State. Ignore that one. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's scout Bordelon. Decent. I'm going to put some more time on Clark. Instead of 25, we're going to go for 50. And we're going to scout him. And again, not a bust. We're not finding busts, which is good. Blake, we'll scout him. Not a bust. 77 speed's good for a linebacker. I'll give you that. And Excel's good too. That's actually pretty decent. Dreisbach is close to committing as well. So we're going to contact his friends and family and scout him. And the process, this could be a bust. It's not. He doesn't have the catching or the route running. I should say that, but not a bust. Let's go for the linebacker here. Chet Rotel. We do have just enough for our scouting. And he does not look up. 79 speed's good for a linebacker. I can tell you that, but the Excel is the same as the speed. I don't think it's something that I'd be happy with, but what do I know? I'm just a person that doesn't know how to play this game. But we are away against 5-4 Buffalo. We are 4-1. They're 4-1 their conference. Let's head to next week and play against Bowling Green. So we did get Randy Bordelon with ease, and Steve Blake committed. That's great. Clark did go to Northern Illinois. How? But K.L. Kelly had the game of his life as he is the MAC Offensive Player of the Week. 2 touchdowns, 317 yards. Okay, solid. Alright, back in recruiting we go. We do have some players to get rid of. Julius Clark, bye-bye. But Dreisbach, I'm going to call him Dreisbach, but it's Dreisbach. He's coming next week. Hutton, he's almost at his top 3. So we're going to add a little bit more time to him. Keaton's coming this week. It doesn't really matter. He's going to commit anyways. Fenderson, he's coming to commit. Cole, I'm going to put some more time on him. And then Mangold and Roto, we can just go all in and say, screw it. Actually, we can hard sell. But what can I hard sell? Roto? Team player? I don't know. It's got to be team player. Put some more time on Mangold as well. Put a nice little 25 there. Let's scout Brett Cole. I got too much hours to work with. Not a bust. Alright, we'll put some more time on you. So I did add another player in Jay Hearns. I'm going to go ahead and scout him real quick. 78 speed. I'm going to look if there's a better receiver. If not, he's going to be our newest and probably final scholarship. Because there's really nothing to really work with the one-star transfers. Oh, we found a gem on Diego Delgado. 84 speed, 84 jump, decent route running. No, I'm kidding, it's bad. It's horrible. Decent catching. We'll get him a scholarship. We're going to get a bunch of Kermits. Kermits? Oh my god. I started saying Kermit. It's stuck in my head now. We're going to get a whole lot of commits this week. Win or lose against Bowling Green. I'll see you guys next week. Alright, so Corey Dreisbach did commit. Paul Keaton, or Gem, wide receiver, committed. Levi Fenderson, we got 2 quarterbacks this year. He committed. And we lose against Bowling Green. We are not going to be making our first bowl game this season. Because we need to get at least 6. We only got 5. So that's a bummer. Oh, we got one more game. Against the 2-9 Ohio Bobcats. Yeah, right. We're not going to win that game. And I got nothing to do with these hours. I mean, we can scout Hutton. I mean, do we need fullbacks at all? I mean, we got 1. But we also have no running backs. Because they're all 2-stars. We did get a whole lot of receivers. I don't know if that was necessary, but can't go wrong with that. But we do almost have a full class here. I might drop Hutton, honestly. I mean, yeah, he's going to commit, but I want to see what the transfers look like. There is a dude that's name is Tyler Cheeseman. That's funny. Alright, this game decides if we get a bowl game or not. Ohio, please just lose. Brett Cole has committed to Ball State. David Mangold has committed as well. Chet Roto has committed as well, which is everyone. We do go 6-6, so we do get a bowl game. I got 300 hours to work with, and I can't do anything. As we have 33 one-star recruits. I mean, our class is 123rd. But getting a full class, I should say, is pretty good. I mean, compare that to Oregon State and Boise State, who only have 4. We have the most, with 33 one-stars. Oh boy. Diego Delgado has committed. So we are at 34 one-stars. And we finished the season 6-6. Not enough for the conference championship game, as it will be between the teams of Miami of Ohio and number 17 ranked Toledo. So with that, let's get to our bowl game. Okay, so apparently this is next week, and our team went down to a 69 overall. Who died? But anyways, Jalen Milroe is the Heisman winner as a junior. We are going against Michigan. We're going against number 24 Michigan in the Quick Lane Bowl. Who decided this? Oh my god. I gotta love the job offers here. Offensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bearcats. I'll pass. Thank you. And none of our staff got fired or hired or anything. Nope. Or a D for our offensive coordinator. Not that good, but can't do anything about it. Alright. I'll see you next week when we lose to number 24 ranked Michigan. So that's what, 6 and 7? And we did lose 6 and 7. Look at that. We are done. Our season's over. Drew Hughes gets the MAC Defensive Player of the Week. 3 TFOs, 5 tackles total. But that is our season. We are going to go ahead and sim to the national championship and see who's in there to win. And it is number 3 ranked Alabama and number 2 Texas. Let's head over to next week and see who wins. I got Alabama. Our pro potential did go up to a D+. Our conference prestige went down to a D+. That's not good. Our coach stability went down to a C-, so that's not good. Not good at all. As Texas blows the living crap out of Alabama. 45-7. Oh boy, that's sad. Alright, see you next week with the transfers and stuff. We go 6 and 7, our team sucks. Our players that are leaving have no draft potential. We do have 3 players that want to transfer because of playing style. We do lose our free safety and our receiver and our running back. We lost everyone. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go to next week with the transfers. And as I said, we did not have any players in the draft as they were all graduated and all of them are bums. But we can get 1 transfer of our liking. If we can, which we won't. So we're just going to go ahead and go to the prospects and give 1 to somebody that we need the most, and that's going to be safety. But there are no safeties, so what do? We have no safeties. We're going to get a corner. So we're going to do that real quick. Unless the free safeties have 1 stars. No. Alright, so we're going to bring Devontae Bulaga in for Ball State. I already scouted him. He doesn't look good. We don't have anything else to work with. So, he's coming with us. And that's really the only person I can get, because there are no corners other than the ones who already commit that are available. I mean, we could get Ebiketie, but there's no point. We're not even in. So we're going to go ahead and get our man and just send him to the next season. And there he is. Devontae Bulaga has committed to Ball State. And with that, our class is complete. 35 one-star commits. How good is that in the rankings? Oh, God. Why did I sign up to do this? 131st. We have a full class and it's 131st. We're the only school with 35. Was that dude's last name Cashier? Dude, that's a sick name. Dude, imagine he just... Wait, was he a receiver or deep corner? He's a 5-star corner. Oh, it's Cashier. Dude, if that said Cashier... Dude. Cashier! Down the field! Touchdown! Oh my god, dude. Just think of all the things that you could have said just for that. Dude's, there's also a person here whose last name's Free. D. Free. And then Keontae Foreman, I guess? I don't know. Bro, what are these names? McChesney? What? I don't know, man. This class is weird. O'Mal. There's so many O'Mal. They're just repeating names. Alright, let's just sim. But here we are at National Signing Day, where we gotta replace the people that left. Sherry and Fenderson are 51 overall. Oh no. We did get a fullback. And then how about our freshmen? 54 overall, Alan Costello, Martin Coles. Literally, this is bad. This is gonna be a bad second season, and I can already feel the pain. I mean, we're 66 overall. We don't even have a safety that's higher than the 75, but still. Elijah Davis is going to be our free safety, and our overall's still bad. Our corners are still nothing to ride home with. Oh no. I did not sign up for this. Our center's a 57 overall. This dude's better at tight end than he is at receiver. And that doesn't even help him at all. He's going to be the third worst, so he's going to stay a receiver. He's a 44 overall. Who the hell wants a 44 overall? I mean, we signed him up, so I guess that's what we did. But we're going to lose Kelly next year. We're going to be stuck with Samoza and Harrison and Blazik and Lafleur, who's not even probably a lefty. But we're screwed. We are screwed. We are 74 overall, so that's good. The training results are in. Tarantayo's up to an 85. We have a couple of 80s. I mean, Kelly's an 8. Oh, he's a 79 up to an 80, but it still works. How's the kicker and punter? 71, 69. That does not help. And then D.D. Snyder is going to end his career at a 77 overall. We need a safety. We need one now. Blair Schoenhorst is an 82 overall. That's good. 82 for our corner. Johnson's up to a 75. Stemler's up to a 78 in his final year. Weagold's up to a 79 in his final season. Deep tackles are okay. Meekins is okay. Frazier's decent. And then the offensive line, 85 as we said for Tayo. I mean, the training definitely helped. Magwood in his final years of 79. We need receivers very bad, and I hope that the receivers that we got this year are like 16 trillion overall by the end of next season. But we also have to see the depth traits. I'm just gonna tell you this right now. I'm not gonna give any announcement to any of them unless they're like at least star. Don't do this. I'm going to redshirt all the freshmen. Alright, so year 2 is going to be more of a rinse and repeat type thing where we only go for the 1-stars and go for all of these 1-stars here. Get some of the funny names here. Bob Schwab. Bob Schwab. That's a rhyme. And we got our first commit with Kyle Kegler. He looks horrible, but it is what it is. I also looked through all of the freshman class this year. Nothing higher than impact, so there are no star devs on this team. So I'll see you guys when the season ends. Or we get another recruit. Whatever comes first. Alright, we got our first commit and Rashawn Cheeks. It's past week 1. We did lose some of our prospects, but nothing to ride home with. Just some general stuff that happened against other teams, but we were close to not getting him. For Central and Eastern Michigan, we're also going for Cheeks. We just passed him. Alright, so we are out on Bob Schwab, who's going to go to Eastern Michigan, and we're going to be out on Juan Hector, who's going to be going to Central Michigan. And then Bernie Daniels, we are probably out on as well. I mean, he's going to go to Middle Tennessee. Not a good start so far for recruiting. Alright, so we got more recruits who are committing right now. Robert Missouri has committed. Brian Moe has committed. Kalen Dancy has committed. And Clay Madden has committed. We did lose Callaway to Akron, but Kalen Yancey was kind of close between Northern Illinois and Eastern Michigan. Mo was also just Eastern Michigan, and Western Michigan was putting up a fight for Robert, Missouri, but we still got it. Okay, we did have a MAC Offensive Player of the Week against New Mexico, and Kiel Kelly with 259 yards and 3 tutties and no picks. All right, coming off our first bye week, we got Maurice Slater and Duron Ezeki and Kurt Shoemaker. Look at that. We're getting some commits. We did lose 2. Dansby did go to Northern Illinois by a very close margin. And Duron we were out of. We had no chance. Alright, so I think I just found Jameson Robbins' long-lost cousin. I mean, I also added him to the board because our board was getting very, very thin. But we found Chester Robbins. Amazing, right? Alright, anyways, this is the second of the bye weeks. This is our bye weeks for the season. I'll see you guys when we get our next recruits, which is very, very shortly. It's going to be like 3 seconds for you, 2 billion hours for me. I don't know. Alright, so we got Ben Bordeaux and Lamar Fowler. And Kurt Bragg, the right end that we were going for. We did lose Willingham to Eastern Michigan, and we were close. Again, nobody's putting up a fight for these players. It's such a shame that we're not getting them. That's the problem. It's just that once you put a scholarship up for them, they're going to get other teams to try and get them, and once they get up there, you're done. Alright, so we got Steven Gibbs, the running back, so we have another running back for next season. We got Dwayne Augustine, and we got Jared Roth. I don't think there's anyone else that's committed. Oh, no, we got Danny Wozniak. I think that's it, though. Yep. No one went to any other school. We did win. Alright, so Wentz is going to be committing soon. We did pass Marshall for Newcomb, but they're still putting up a fight. We passed everyone for Robbins. And Robbins. Just imagine that duo, the Robbins and Robbins, but Robbins is a tackle and Robbins is an outside linebacker. I'm having too much fun doing this. Alright, so we did get Tavon Wentz. Not Carson Wentz's cousin. So we also got Matt Newcomb. We got Jabari Orji. And we lost Patrick Jefferson to Northern Illinois. I swear to God, we always lose to everyone that's so close to committing. And they just fall down to the face of the earth and choose a different school. We got Coco Boone, we got Matt Vernon, and we didn't lose anybody this week, so that's good. We're 5-2. We're somehow leading the MAC, and we're leading everyone here, and it doesn't look like anybody's going for them. And Nick Presley, the senior receiver, has gotten MAC Offensive Player of the Week. 9 receptions, 115 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I mean, that's good, but we also got defense. Oh no, he was the National Offensive Player of the Week. Wow, that's actually interesting. I did not see that coming. But how are we, a 74 overall team, winning the MAC? That makes no sense. Alright, next week we got Jawan Keene. And we got one of the Robbins and Jameson Robbins. We're kind of close on Serwanga and Dragulovich. But right now, we got to focus on getting as many players as we can. Because right now, it's getting pretty tight. Alright, so Greg Behordson has committed to Ball State, as well as the other Robbins and Chester. We're getting pretty close. We did get another bowl game. We are now currently up to about, 25? 25. Called it on the dot. 120th in the class. Definitely doing better than everybody here. Alright, so we got Ted McIntyre. We did lose Kane Firth, who went to Kent State. We actually weren't close for him. That's actually sad. We are trying to beat Charlotte for Skylar Hepburn, and no one's going for Schmidt, so we're fine there. Alright, we did get Skylar Hepburn. It was by a very close margin, by the way. Look at that. But also, we are 6-5, and we are about to play our last game of the season against Miami of Ohio, who drastically went down to 3-8. Alright, so we got Bruce Rubin, Chester Schmidt, Edward Dragulovich, and I believe Jose Ali. I think that's it. Yes, there is. Alright, and we win? No, we didn't. We finished 6-6. We somehow lost to 3-8 Miami of Ohio. So our season's over. Let's head to next week and figure out how this is all going to get settled. In the process, we got Kerry Serwanga, Ty Singletary, Doug McKay, and I believe that's actually it. I think that's all we were going for. But it's conference championship week. We obviously didn't win the division. We finished 6th. We actually did worse. Bowling Green and Akron finished 10-2, while Buffalo and Kent State finished 1-11 and 2-10. But not worried about that. We got a bowl game. It is, I believe, our final commit in Ricky Chester has finally chosen to accept. Also, I love how our overall goes down 5 overalls. And Cade Klubnik has won the Heisman Award in 2025. Our bowl game will be against Notre Dame in the Tony the Tiger Bowl. Yay. Wow. Notre Dame is 5-7. An 88 overall team went 5-7. That's how you know this game does not make any sense. Alright, I'm going to upgrade the coach here, and I'll see you guys next week. And it looks like we did win the Tony the Tiger Bowl. We beat Notre Dame as their collapse continues, and we got our first bowl win. Jackson Weagold has the MAC Defensive Player of the Week in his final game. K.L. Kelly was the Offensive Player of the Week in his final game. But other than that, we're going to have to sim to the end of the season. And at the end of the season, Ohio State beats Michigan by 1 point. So I would think that we would go up to a 1.5 star next year, but that wouldn't really matter because we suck. And players leaving, we do have some with transfers. Elijah Davis, please come back. He did not. So we're not going to get anybody. Oh, we got Schoenhurst back. That's actually pretty big. We needed him back. But we do lose Harrison, so that's not good. And our quarterback is not going to be a draft pick. He was not good enough. And the draft, nobody. So our team overall went down to a 65. Oh no. Alright, we can see the dev traits here. So on the bottom right here, it says normal and impact. The highest we want to see is star, because that's the highest. We got a couple impacts, nice little impacts here and there. Whole lot of normal. That's not good. Ricky Chester has star development. That was a steal. Highway robbery number 1 right here. Forget the receiver we got last year. This is more than just highway robbery. This is just robbing a bank with no one even noticing. Amazing. I did not expect that to happen. But we are 65 overall. Oh boy. Alright, so now we are here for position changes. We still got a good quarterback at least at Caden Samoza. Holy I think I went a little heavy without running backs, but we'll be fine. As we are back down to where we started for the safeties, that's no good. And our corners are worse, so that's not good. Hopefully you think that the players that we had last year progressed, which has to be the case. Because if we didn't, then we were screwed. Yeah, but our team is actually terrible. So we get to see what players like Corey Dreisbach did last year in training, while our receiving core is bad. It is bad. You remember Paul Keaton? We'll see how he did this year. But other than that, we did not go for a receiver this year because that would be dumb and stupid. Other than that, I can't do anything else because we are screwed. We're going to go for another 2-3 seasons, see how bad we do. Here's the training results. Caden Samoza is up to an 80 overall. Horton's up to a 77. Davis is up to a 75. Brett Cole went up 8 overall, so that's good. Nick Munson's our starter. And DJ Rice, both 75 overalls. But Paul Keaton went up to a 68. That is what I want to see from a redshirt freshman. Actually, everyone went up at least. I think Coles just went up 15 overall. Dreisbach's up to a 7. I wish he was a 70. He's up to a 60. Wow, we have an 81 left tackle and a 79. Oh no, they're not getting playing time. But for Teron Tayo's final season, he is an 86 overall. But we have a nice player, David Mangold, right behind him. Matthew Meekins is 81 playing up to an 83. Lenny Flowers is up to a 78. Danny Royster's up to a 79. Cody Smith up to an 81. So our defense is bad still, but our offense is taking a very nice upgrade. Caden Johnson's up to a 78. Jamad Hardman's final year, he's an 82. And then Gil Judge is an 80. Jalen Jones is 78. Colin Mayo's a 55. That's not good. And then Gabriel Monk's a 65. Alright, and then safeties. Blair Schoenhurst, final year, is an 86. But we have a nice replacement behind him with Damian Prince. Cole Earlwine is a 74. I will have to get a kicker and a punter this year. But yeah, no, this year's going to be another wash. It's a shame, but there's nothing I can do. Alright, so we're in the preseason of 2026. I have already settled with all of these recruiting and prospects. I did have a couple punters and kickers in this. So for kickers, I have Franklin Merling, Duron Abdesmad, and Mitchell Melvin. I believe Melvin is the one with the highest. He's the lowest kick power, so he might be a bust, but we won't know for right now. Right now, it's going to be between Marlene and Abdesmad, but on The punters, we have James Bellow, Stephen Pape, and Quincy Clapp, who is a bust, but he's good enough for me. He has he's the second most in kick power behind Pape and above Bellow, and his kick accuracy is the highest out of these three. I'm fine keeping him on here. I mean, we just need a punter for next season. Same thing for a kicker. Nothing to worry about right now. It's going to be another wash, because if you don't remember, we suck. 72 overall. We are probably not going to win a lot of games. But if we do, it'll be pretty weird and interesting. So I'll see you guys when I'll see you again. I don't know. Either it's going to be at the end of the season or when we make a bowl game. Well, we didn't even play our first game of the season yet. And we got Emmanuel Gayton, the free safety from Virginia. Williamsburg, to be exact. Very historic place. Been there multiple times. Pretty nice place, if I say so myself. Oh, okay. So week 1, Caden Samoza got a MAC Offensive Player of the Week. 284 yards and 4 touchdowns. So we at least won. Is this our season to win the MAC? If it is, then there's something wrong. Caden Samoza again for MAC Offensive Player of the Week. 364 yards and another 4 touchdown performance. Love to see it. Clyde Hyde, the best rhyme you can get. Clyde Hyde has committed to Ball State. Derek Hurt from Monroeville, Pennsylvania has committed. Alonzo Banda from Nashville committed. Cedric Arma committed. And I did change up the board a little bit. We do need a quarterback next year, so I just changed it a little bit. And Akeem Bandy might be our new quarterback, and he will. 81 throw power, 78 short, 74 medium, 71 throw on a run and play action, but the deep accuracy and the speed are nothing to ride home with. But it's okay when you have a quarterback. Maurice Carver has committed, and so does Ed Sullivan. We got the Ed Sullivan Show here in Ball State. Look at that. It's Ed Sullivan with a beard. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Ed Sullivan, welcome to Ball State. We got one of the good corners that I found in the prospect list. Patrick Scioli from St. Louis. James Duvernay, the gem, corner. He has it all. Moadai as well is committing. We are now going for Coco Sharp. And Coco Sharp is going to be all but ours. He's just close. He's a little sliver. Little teeny tiny slither away. And just like that, our final commit, Coco Sharp, has committed to Ball State. And we're going against Western Michigan in 1 week. In Ford Field. We're going into Detroit. Oh boy. We're screwed. Due past Toledo and Bowling Green. Ohio finished 5-7. But Northern Illinois finished 2-10 and passed Ohio. Eastern Michigan did 5-7. Akron did. They finished 3-9. They flipped our record, and they also flipped the conference record too. So that's weird. Who's in the Heisman watch? Nobody we know. Cool. I think Klubnik's gone by now. So, but yeah, we're not going to be up for any awards this year unless some magical historical thing happens against Western Kentucky. But what are the chances of that happening? We're 72 overall. Probably like it's Western Michigan. Same thing. Probably like an 82 overall or something. 76. Ooh. Alright, I'll see you guys next week. I'm going to see what happens. We also got our contract extended for another 3 years. 2 years. 2023, we went 4-8. We then finished 6-7, 7-6, and 9-3. So this year, we're going for the first MAC championship title in 6 years. They won in the COVID year of 2020, going 7-1, and their best record was 10 wins. So we basically almost topped that. We could top it if we win the bowl game and potentially make it to the playoff games, which is not possible. So we're going to get another bowl game, but we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys next week and see what happens. And it looks like we did win the MAC championship. So we have won the first MAC championship for Ball State since 2020. And now, following this, we should have a pretty good matchup for a bowl game. Our program tradition and brand exposure did both go up. Darren Conley is our MAC Defensive Player of the Week. 2 TFLs and 3 tackles. Don't know how that's Defensive Player of the Week worthy, but who do I know? Caden Samoza is our MAC Offensive Player of the Week. 239 yards and 2 touchdowns. Again, he's also the National Offensive Player of the Week. Do you think that's overkill? I don't know if 239 yards and 2 touchdowns makes you the National Offensive Player of the Week. I don't know, but I'll take it. But we have a 10-3 record. We do not have a game this week. It is a normal bye week. So we're going to sim week 16, head to the bowl games. As Lenore Sellers repeats Clemson's Heisman winner with Klubnik winning last year, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but no awards for us. We are going against Arkansas State at the Camellia Bowl this week. But anyways, we got nothing for early National Signing Day. We have 35 recruits already, which is probably not going to be good enough for top 100 in the class. But yeah, 130th. No 2 stars, no 3 stars, no 4 stars, no 5 stars. We were better than Kent State. Who are we also good in? Who do we beat? Arkansas State, Washington State, and James Madison. James Madison, Arkansas, actually 3 of the 4 here are repeating. They're doing what we're doing, but just gave 1 stars. Washington State's just bad. They only have 5 recruits, and 2 of them are 3 stars, and 3 of them 2 stars. So it looks like they're going to be going for transfers. But I'll see you next week when we probably lose to Arkansas State, unless there's some miracle. I mean, how bad is Arkansas State? They're 73, and our defense is horrible. So there's a chance. Let's just say there's a chance that we win. Either way, win or lose, I'll see you next week. And we have apparently won the Camellia Bowl against Arkansas State. So now going into the next season, probably going to be at 1.5 star prestige. We could be good once again. We'll just have to see what happens coming next season. But there's nothing for us to do for the rest of this season, so I'll see you next season. Alright, so we actually go up to a 2.5 star. Wow. We went up 1.5 stars in one season? That's weird. I never thought I'd see this coming, but our pro potential's a B, our coach stability is an A-. So is that a sign for our seniors that could be going to the draft? Did I just see Pittsburgh almost beat Georgia? Holy crap. They lost by 17. That's crazy. But for the All-Americans, first team went to Toronto and Caden Samoza, so that's good. And Blair Shornhurst is here too, losing him in the end of the season as well. And then second team, Jeffrey Simmons, who's not happy right now with the playing time, which is disappointing. Takari Frazier is also second team. Freshman class, we had Paul Keaton and we had Randy Bordelon, so that's good. And the preseason first team was probably nobody that we really care about, except Shornhurst made it first team, okay. And then Taya was second team, and that it was just him. So we had a couple All-Americans in the MAC, so that's good. But it is the end of the line for Toronto and Blair Shornhurst, as well as Yasser Awadi. Jamad Harmon is leaving as well. Cody Smith is staying for another year. Takari Frazier's gone. Lenny Flowers is gone. Danny Royster's gone. But don't forget, we could have some players leaving as a junior for the draft, which in this school I don't really think it's going to happen, but you never know. We'll see what the training was and who's leaving. But a 2.5 star prestige college is kind of interesting. Conley wants to leave for the playing style. Can he stay? He cannot. So Conley is gone, and it looks like nobody will be drafted this year for our school. That's a shame. I would have thought that Tayo and Shornhurst would have been drafted, but I guess not. I guess 86s don't cut it anymore for the draft. As we've seen the draft results, Toronto does get drafted in the 7th round. So we do have a pro potential player, but we have our first and only draftee so far in Toronto. So Shornhurst did not get drafted. That's a bummer. Alright, we have simmed to the training results. Let's see how this team is now. 74 across the board. That's great. Quarterback, Caden Samoza is a 84 overall. Levi Fenderson, not one I wanted to see, so we might be in trouble for him. TJ Horton in his final year is an 81 overall, with Christian Davis behind him at a 77. So they're both gone at the end of the season. We do not have a lot of running back depth behind him. That's really decent, so that might be a problem too. Cole, I don't think moved up an overall at all, because I don't think he got playing time. DJ Rice went up to a 75. Keaton went up 2 overall. Coranon, a couple overalls for him too. I did move Matt Vernon and Steven Gibbs to receiver to fill out some of the room here. And I made Clay Madden tight end, but I made Edward Dragilovich tight end. He's a 60 overall. Uwezuoki's a 68. And our offensive line now is an 83 with Rob Folger, who was in his final year. But we have Rashawn Cheeks and Bruce Rubin for next year, so we're fine there. Eli Freeman, same story, but actually we don't have. That's a different story because Tristan Cook's in his final year as well, so we're screwed for him unless I move one of the players as a backup right now to left guard next year. Isaac Lucas is in his final year, but we have a good backup for Shakir Sly, who will be here for the next 2 years. Caleb Maija is our new starting right guard, as David Mangold will be behind him, and Chris Redfield will be our new right tackle, and he has 2 more years. Taylor Cherry went up to a 73, so he's a good backup. We did not get any left end, so I moved Kurt Bragg to left end. He's a 65 now, so that's a problem. Matthew Meekins is our best player at 87 overall. Kyle Kegler is a 72 backup. He's a freshman redshirt. So decent backup. I don't know if he's going to be a good starter, but we'll see when next year comes around. Randy Bordelon, 78 overall. Jawan Keene as well as a 78 overall. So that's a good 1-2 duo. Kelvin Kennedy up there for 73, and so is Kurt Shoemaker. We actually have a good solid DB class. I actually like it. Dennis Bostic is a 79. Robert Missouri is a 75, with Ben Bordeaux is a 74. I actually like the linebacker class now. Until I saw this. Cody Smith is an 82 and Ethan Evers is an 80, and they're in their final years too, so that's a problem. Tevin Wentz is our new starting right outsider, 77 overall, with Larry Moses as the backup at 76. Oh my god. Okay, oh, that's not what I wanted to see. Ricky Chester is up to a 67. He only went up, actually no, he went up big time. I mean, compared to a 54 to a 68, he went up 14 overall. So next year, he's gonna be a starter. Well, he's gonna be a starter now, but more of a starter next season. Gil Judge is an 81 overall, and Devontae Balaga is a 75, with Ty Singletary as well, and Jose Ali is a 74. We actually have a solid up-and-coming corner class. I mean, next year, Judge is going to be a senior, but we should be fine with the other freshmen. Damian Prince is a 78, and Chester Schmitz is 72, playing as a 73, and Cole Earlwine in his final years is 80 overall. But with the training, we have a decent backup with Matt Newcomb at a 75. And we lost our kicker and punter in the offseason. So with that, we did get better, but we also got worse. We do have a lot of worries to worry about, but that will be all handled in this season. Let's get right into the beginning of it. Alright, so little problem here. I go to the recruiting board. I already did this already, but I try to go and sort by the lowest star rating, and it's a 2-star, so that's a problem right there. I go to the 1 stars, and we are completely locked out of all of the 1 stars. So this will be the last season of this rebuild. So it has to be at least bowl playoff projection or bust. We already won the MAC championship, which was part of our goal, but I want to see this team get to a championship game, let alone a playoffs. We haven't been ranked at all this rebuild, and I just want to see them get ranked at least once, and it has to be this season. So if you liked what I've done here, like this video here and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my next rebuilds. Like I said earlier, I have another one that is planned. It might be recorded right after this, so you'll probably see this maybe by the end of the week-ish, maybe Thursday maybe, and then start recording the other video next week. We'll see how it goes, but anyways, let's get into the final season. Alright, so if you didn't see, which I probably would have edited it out, but anyways, we beat number 25 ranked Georgia Tech, and now we're going away and playing against Navy. So let's go ahead and sim week 2. Hopefully we win against Navy. And we lose to Navy, and we are 1-1. Championship contender is down to a C+. That is not what you want to see right now. League 3, we're going against FAU, who was ranked in the beginning of the season. Do we beat them? We did. We are now 2-1. Our offense went up. I'm doing the scouting still. I got some 2s, 3s, and 4 stars in here. We do get MAC Offensive Player of the Week with DJ Rice. 6 receptions for 60 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's a pretty good stat line. But we all now have to see if we can beat Arizona, because the next week is our bye week. So it's either we go 3-1 or we go 2-2. We'll see after this week. And it does look like we beat FAU. And it looks like we did beat Arizona. And we are 3-1. This team is handling the pressure very well. At this pace, we could be making another MAC championship. But we still got another half the season to go, so we'll see what happens. And we got our first commit, Elijah Davey from Illinois. But we are going against Eastern Michigan at week 6. Can we go 4-1 and hold the top of the MAC Conference. Well, for the first time in this rebuild, we are ranked. We are number 24 in the top 25. Now, if we keep on winning, we might make a playoff game and hopefully win the national championship. I highly doubt that, but you never know. But can we beat Miami of Ohio, who has others numbered? No, I'm just going to restart the whole thing. Because we have barely even won against them. Can we stay ranked and go 5-1? We'll see. We did indeed beat Miami of Ohio, and we are now 5-1. We are ranked number 19. We're climbing up the ranks. We are going to have another divisional game against Bowling Green, who is 4-2 and could ruin our chances of winning the MAC championship, but we'll see what happens next week. Alright, I want to stop here right now, and I'm going to show you this guy right here, Marvin Gizzy. That is one weird last name, and I don't know how you even got that. It makes no sense, but I don't know. It's weird. We are now 6-1, and we are now ranked 13th. We have a chance to make a bowl playoff game and have a shot at winning the national championship. But now we have the MAC Defensive Player of the Week for Randy Bordelon, who had 2 sacks, 6 TFLs, and 3 tackles for loss. Amazing week for him. And we have another divisional matchup against Toledo. But anyways, we got a matchup against Toledo. I'll see you guys next week. We got Glenn Sledge, and he's a defensive end. He's gonna sledge those offensive linemen like there's no tomorrow. It's such a shame that he's not gonna be in next season's rebuild because he can't play because he's not a 1-star. So that's a shame. As we do win against Toledo, our championship contender somehow goes down, and our rank did not change. Weak matchup, I guess? I don't know. But now we go away and head to Western Michigan and try to keep our record intact. You never know what happens in the MAC conference because everything's so crowded together. I mean, look at that. Kent State is also undefeated in the conference. Bowling Green's 3-1. North Illinois and Toledo are 2-1. Anything could happen. We just need to beat Western Michigan. And if we don't, we are screwed. We won. We beat Western Michigan. We're 8-1. Our championship contender went up to an A-, and we're 9th in the top 25 poll. We're 8-1. Alright, so we are going to have an undefeated conference matchup between Kent State. They are 7-2. We're 8-1. Can we beat Kent State and go 9-1 this season? We lost to Kent State. We're second in the MAC. We're 8-2. We are still ranked 21st. It's not as bad as I thought. Anyways, that was a tragic loss, but we're still alive. We're at home against Buffalo. Hopefully we can rebound and go 9-2, keep our ranked season alive, and hopefully get revenge and come back as the top of the MAC. We did beat Buffalo. We are now 9-2. We are 13th in the rankings, and right now this season could be our year. How are we in the MAC? We are back on top. Bowling Green and Kent State are tied for the top spot as well. So we got to be careful. One loss could tank our whole season. Also, Penn State's number 1. NC State and Marshall are 2 and 3. Oh, no, my God. Oh, NC State and Marshall are never supposed to be on this list. Oh, no. North Texas, I see him a couple of times in sim from other people. Arkansas State should not be here. Western Kentucky should definitely not be here. Iowa, maybe. SMU, God, no. Memphis, no. There's a lot of teams that are not originally in the top 25 that are in the top 25. And somehow Marshall and NC State are undefeated. How in the world does that make sense? But we do have a matchup against Central Michigan in their home turf. Can we find a way to beat Central Michigan, who is 1-6 in the MAC? Well, division conference. In conference games, I should say. Can we just get a nice little freebie against them? We still lost, but oh no, we went down 7 spots. We were 9-3. We're 20th in the rank, so we didn't fall very much. But our recent commits, both gems, we have Lamar Willis and we have Gregory Darnold. We have 2 quarterback last names, and we have a first name quarterback who's really should be a running back. I know, crazy, right? But right now we shouldn't be losing, but Season's over. We are finished ranked number 20. We're going against Kent State in their turf, so they probably had a better record than us. And they did. They went 7-1 in the conference. Miami of Ohio. What happened? You guys went from championship contenders to being last in the division by record and conference. And one of their wins came from us, too. Alright, what we'll have for the football bracket. Alright, so we are not in the playoffs. Arizona made it at 10-3. Florida State made it at 9-3. That's a bummer. We barely missed out in the playoff bracket. So we are going to have another season with another bowl game. At least. Where they have us at the Quick Lane Bowl against UCLA. Man, 11 o'clock in the morning. Who's really going to watch that game at 11 in the morning before Christmas? I mean, no offense, but still. Anyone for Heisman for us? No. I'm sorry, what? You're going to say that Hugh Meeks, a redshirt sophomore from Penn State, is going to win the Heisman? Hugh Meeks. Oh, boy. Oh, shoot. And we got Brandon Staley's son. Well, Braylon Staley is a redshirt junior and a 90 overall, and he's up for the Heisman, so I'll give him that. 2 receivers, 3 quarterbacks up there. Hugh Meeks is the craziest name I've seen all season, and I've seen worse. I mean, you had a 1950s TV night show host who was very famous be a goddamn running back. Alright, so week 14 of the season, we gotta be prepared for the MAC championship game against Kent State. We need to be ready. We can win back-to-back MAC championships for the first time in Ball State's collegiate career. Alright, so the bowl game is here. We have an away matchup against Kent State, even though the game's in Detroit. Woo. Anyways, do we prevail or do we get demolished and our season collapse is complete, and we end the rebuild there on a sad note? We'll find out after the game. And we have won our second consecutive MAC championship. Congrats to us. Kent State had no chance. And let's see if we will make it to the college football playoff bracket or we just make it to a normal bowl game. It does not look like we made the college football playoff bracket as we are still ranked 20th. So that would mean that we get a bowl game. But first, Caden Samoza has won MAC Offensive Player of the Week, 324 yards and 2 touchdowns. So okay. And this is just a week 16 bye. Nothing really happens here. Probably more conference matchups or something. But we'll see what happens next week. As stated as before, Penn State sophomore redshirt quarterback Hugh Meeks has won the Heisman. 4,100 yards, 53 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. That's crazy stat line. But we are in the college football playoff, and we are going to be playing against number 2 ranked Clemson. Oh no! Why? Out of every team, we get Clemson. How? Alright, Clemson might be a tough task to beat, but nothing is impossible. We'll see what happens after this week. I'm pretty sure we're going to lose, but again, as I said, nothing is impossible. Alright, so before I tell you what happened with the game, I did go in and play the moment, see what would have happened. And I'm not going to spoil it yet, but it was a very close game, and it came down to the very last play, which I will show you with the audio if I can. If I don't, then it won't be a big problem at all. But it came down to the last play, and I think it could be controversial from what you think, but I think it was the right move, and that's all I'm going to say. 1st and 10 from the 29! How are we still in this? This is play the moment! Run it. Fun. That's what I was going to say. Samoza looks a little hurt after that, but he's fine. Everything's good. 2nd and 16. They brought 2. No one's blocking. It's 3rd and 16. Ball State has to get down the field to at least get a field goal. Even North Texas.
To keep this drive alive.
I'm gonna play for my field goal. Or do I? That was a good play. I'm gonna go ahead and let's choose this. We have a minute left. So we can either get the first or whatever the heck is going on right here. He dropped it. Ball State lost. Clemson will move on to play against North Texas, while our season is sadly over. I mean, if we did go for the field goal there, it would probably still would have been a loss, but I think going for that 4th and 2 play at the 31 was a good call. Either way, I don't think we stood a chance. I would just take this loss with great gratitude. We somehow even made it to the playoff bracket as a 20 seed. So I'm taking the loss as a win because we weren't even supposed to be here. And even though we didn't win the national championship in this rebuild, we did win 2 MAC championships. So that's a nice little accomplishment. We did get a couple bowl games in our back as well. So that's a nice little plus as well. But it would have been nice to see the Cardinals win the national championship before the 1-star rebuild would have ended. But that's not what happens here today, as we couldn't get any more 1-stars this season. We couldn't get as far as we wanted, but will we even have a chance to beat Clemson at all? Not really. Could have we beaten North Texas? Maybe. But if you look on the other side of on the top side of the bracket, we had Michigan and Oregon and Penn State. We were definitely not going to beat them. And the other side, we had Wisconsin and Florida State, which we weren't probably going to beat. We had Notre Dame and Washington. We were never going to beat them. We beat Arizona in the beginning of the season, but again, as always, playoff games do not matter. Regular season stuff does not matter in the playoffs. NC State somehow went undefeated and got 2 seed. It is what it is. The loss is a loss. I'll take it with gratitude. We didn't deserve to be here, so we'll take our win and move on to a different chapter. No national first team or second teams. No freshmen, so no nationals, but in the MAC, we did have Caden Somoza. We had TJ Horton and Ty Coran. Horton and Somoza are gone after this season. Rob Fogler made it as a first team MAC team, and he's going to be leaving this year as well. Second team, we had Caleb Maija and Andrew Meekins. He's leaving at the end of the season. For the freshman class, I don't think we have anybody, but oh no, we did. We had Jawan Keene, and we had Tevin Wentz and Ty Singletary, Chester Schmidt, Matt Newcomb, and Stephen Pape. Okay, that's kind of interesting compared to how we haven't really done anything to help this team besides basically having a 90 overall right end senior, which couldn't be enough for a draft pick. Somoza might not get drafted, so that's a shame. Besides, we were going to be done anyways, because if you look, Levi Fenderson was not going to be the man for the job here. As a 67, probably going to be up to like a 75, 76, and especially with normal dev, he's not going to be there for long. I mean, we also have Stewart and Bandy, but the job wouldn't have been done. And we would have lost our running backs too with Horton and Davis. Slater would have not been the right decision here. Sullivan, I just kept for this season because I knew the season would have been over. The rebuild would have been done, and there's really no point of keeping as much freshmen on the red shirts. We did get a fullback in Brett Cole. Keaton that had the impact. Alright, so he had the impact. He did go up to 74. He did start this year, so that's a plus. Gibbs did get some preps, but I highly doubt it was anything. Because it was probably be like, oh no, he didn't even play at all this year. Alright, that's sad. Uwezuoki was definitely not the right person to have as a tight end, but we had no tight ends. This team would be missed. Let me know if you guys want to have another part of this rebuild, but just like a normal rebuild, I just start from basically the 2028 season is where we would be heading. Yeah. So we would start from the 2028 season. I basically continue this franchise and lead this team to a national championship. Let me know if you guys want to see that now. I cannot speak still. I'm still speechless how we even made it up here. So we're just going to go ahead and see who wins the national championship. Alright, so we did go down in the polls. We were down to 23rd. Our pro potential went down, our coach stability went down, but our prestige did go up. And the winner of the college football playoff is Penn State beating Arizona by 2 possessions, 42-28. Obviously, the Heisman winner is going to be winning that game. It's a shocker, but you really had no doubt that Hugh Meeks, an All-American Heisman winner, as a redshirt sophomore, would have not led that team to a national championship. It's sad, but at the end of the day, doesn't matter what Penn State does. It's what happens with the one-star rebuild Ball State Cardinals team. We got a nice little 4-year rebuild. We did get ourselves into the mix of the playoffs, but not really what I wanted to do. But what you gonna do? You had the worst team in the league in the playoff bracket. There's really nothing you could have done. And it looks like nobody will be drafted this year. But if you didn't see last year, we did have one person get drafted, and that was Tayo, the lineman. So we got to see what happens with Meekins. Other than that, everyone's gone. And this team's going to take a drastic dive. And I was right. Matthew Meekins was drafted in the 7th round, just like Teron Tayo. It's a shame that we couldn't build this team to its potential. But what you gonna do with 1-stars? There's nothing you can really do with the 1-star team behind like 55 trillion people that are like under 50 overall. I mean, that's stupid and it makes no sense. Oh yeah, and this is also the point of time where we can find out the development traits for these recruits. So Osborne has normal. Willis has impact. He might look good right now. Impact for Jacob. Impact for Darnold. Nothing else yet. Only a couple of impacts, so nothing to write home with. Hey, we got Pito Atua. Tua Pito Atua. Dude, this is a name and a half. Tua Pito Atua. That's a name. I love it. We have gotten Salazar Wayne, a left guard from Indianapolis. 2-star, but the name is 4-star at least. And then we got one of the Bear companies, maybe genetic clones of somebody, I don't know. Brian Bear has committed to us, maybe a 3 or 4-star name. Well, just the last name alone. That being named after a pharmaceutical company, I don't know, but kind of weird. And we got the man, the myth, the legend, Josh McCracken. He be cracking up some nice little jokes as he knocks people down while make them drop the football. I mean, I'm kidding. He's a tight end. If I can make him a corner or like a DN, that'd be great. But I highly doubt it. So basically, he's going to be cracking up jokes while he's catching the ball and trucking the defenders into the end zone while dancing. Bam. Oh, we got Eric Sexton, too. Did not expect to get him. Well, we got a nice little addition to the outside linebacker. I'm not going to go through with what's going on here. So we're just going to move on. The last name's a 5-star. So normal. Star. We got a star dev for Eric Sexton. Oh my god. And oh, you guys need me to continue this. Oh my god. 2-star dev players just from the transfers. I did not expect that to happen. But Lamar Willis is going to be our new quarterback. Oh, nice. 74 overall. He's going to get a whole lot of playing time over Levi Fenderson. Dude, this was the right move. And he already has physical and mental traits. Clifton Dimke and sure. I mean, doesn't kill our running back class. We also don't tank as much as we should. I honestly don't think I'm going to move any roster spots. There's not any reason to. Josh McCracken's a 67 freshman redshirt freshman here. That would be the transfer portal. Salazar Wayne. Alright. If Salazar Wayne is not up as high as a 76, then he's going to be in the 70s no matter what. Catapano and Wayne will definitely. Shakir Sly's our new center still. Caleb Maija is our best player. I gotta move Mangold then. Alright, we're here at the tail end of the 2027 season. We have the training results. Caleb Maija is an 84 overall, playing up to an 87. Dennis Bostic's an 86, playing up to an 86, but is an 84. Gil Judge didn't really go up at all since the end of the season. Taylor Cherry, I moved to tight end because we didn't need him as a backup tackle, so he's now an 83 overall tight end. Chris Redfield is an 82. Bryce Rubin's an 82. Let's go by position now. So Fenderson's up to a 70. So yeah, without getting us Wentz, we would have been screwed. And then Stewart and Bandy are still not ready to start. Alonzo Banda is a 69. I mean, it's okay, but not really manageable to play. Sullivan went from a 51 to a 61, so that's 10 overall boost. And I think Kenyon Tolson went up a couple overalls too. Brett Cole, he's not really getting used, so that's a problem. It's sad, but it is what it is. DJ Rice is in his final year, 76 overall for him. Paul Keaton's going to be passing him this year. Impact dev for him as well. That was from our first season. Ty Curran is in his final year. He's a 74 overall. Clint Jacob is going to get some reps. He's a 73. And then Tony Childers will probably be the last person getting reps as a 70 overall, playing up to a 71. McCracken's going to get redshirted, so that's fine. And then the other McCracken is already redshirted. I can't redshirt him anymore. He's going to be playing this year. So David Iwazawuki is a 68 playing up to a 70. So obviously Cherry moving to tight end is a big upgrade. He's not a big person that can catch, so he's more of a blocking compared to Iwazawuki. So that might be a little problem, but it is what it is. Bryce Rubin and Rashawn Cheeks. Oh god. Rubin's up to an 80, playing up to an 82. Cheeks is a 79 up to an 81. Stroom is up to a 75, playing up to a 77. And Hennessy's up from a 71, playing up to a 74. Well, David Mangold is a 79, playing up to an 81. And nothing really else happened to the left guard position. Sid Salazar Wayne is a impact. No, he's a star. So he's a star development player, but he still has to prove himself. He can't really be playing right now with how low of an overall he is. So that's something. Shakir Sly's up to an 80. I mean, it's okay. Curry Sarwanga might pass him next year. We'll find out maybe next time. Caleb Maja, as I said, is up to an 87. And Chris Redfield, as I said, is up to an 82. Devin Tobias is an 80 overall, with Kurt Bragg up to a 78. And then Kyle Kegler's at 76. And Eric Sexton's a 71. I moved him to left end because I really didn't find anywhere else to put him. Laurie Moses is up to an 82. He passes Lamar Fowler and Derek Hurt. But don't forget, Moses was a outside linebacker, so I just thought that he would be better as an end than he would be a linebacker. Tony Marcook, final year, 83 overall. Borderline's a redshirt junior now. Crazy how time flies. He's a 76, playing up to a 78. Same thing for Keene, but as a 75. And Shoemaker's a 73, playing up to a 76. Taven Wentz did not go up at all, and really nothing else happened at left outside. Ben Bordeaux's a 74 up to a 78. Chester Schmitz, I moved to middle linebacker because he's too good to be a backup safety, so he's a 77. Robert Missouri's a 71 up to a 75, and James Moffitt didn't really go up that much. Dennis Bostic is an 86, as I said, and Lester Cantrell is a 70 up to a 72. Gil Judge didn't, as I said, didn't go up that much. And it looks like Ricky Chester did not get as much of an overall boost I thought he would, because now Mo Adai, who has normal development, is 1 overall behind Ricky Chester, who has star. Why is he not getting an upgrade? Ty Singletary's up to a 79, playing up to an 81. Bulaga just an overall down from him. Jose Ali is a 78 redshirt sophomore, and then James Duvernay is a 74, playing up to a 76. Henry Agude actually passes Ricky Chester by 1 overall. So that's silly and stupid. But as I said, Damian Prince is a 77. I mean, for Chester Schmidt to be in the 80s would have been great, but Damian Prince deserves to be the free safety. Cedric Arma's a 72. Rashawn Clements is 67. And Matt Newcomb is a 79, with Emmanuel Gayton up to a 673. And the kickers are very close to each other, and so are the punters. So with that, this is the end of the Ball State rebuild that will go for the 1-stars. We are ranked as a 23rd team so far. Nothing has changed yet. We're still in 2027. Alright, so we're an 81 overall at the end of the rebuild with an 80 offense and 82 defense. We're still a 2.5 prestige team, so that's a shame. But this is the end of the rebuild. I hope you guys enjoyed. We didn't get the national championship, but we did get back-to-back MAC championships. So at least we had that in our belts. We did make the college football playoff in our last season, so that we have that in our belt as well. We've made a couple of gems along the way and a couple busts like Taven Wentz. 1-star sophomore, 82 overall, definitely one of the best. Dennis Bostic, 1-star junior, he's definitely changed a lot. Caleb Maja, 1-star normal dev from Indy, definitely made an impact. He's now our best player. Fenderson didn't really help much. Ed Sullivan got some reps in, but we did lose our star running backs in the previous 2-3 seasons ago. Keaton wasn't supposed to be this bad of an overall. Thought he would have been higher because he had the same dev trade as some of the others, but he didn't really pan out. And then, dude, this team's just so good now. It's just, you just don't recognize it from what it was back in the beginning of this rebuild. I mean, everyone is like at least a 70 or an 80 to be a starter. I mean, they did get rid of some of the players. They did get rid of Chestnut, so that's a shame. He didn't really pan out as much as I wanted to anyways. That's just gonna happen in rebuilds. Some players just don't pan out with the higher dev traits, and some do, while some people with the normal dev pan out, while most of them don't. But it is what it is. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. We're on the road to 350 subscribers. Comment down below what you want me to do next. Comment down if you want me to continue this rebuild and hopefully get this Ball State Cardinals team a national championship, because we're definitely in contention now with the 81 overall team. But I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.